Hi, I want everyone who is seeing this to look at their skin. It's beautiful, right? Of course it is. No matter what it looks like or the shade, it is gorgeous, and so are you. I have heard, however, that some think differently, and they have for generations. In fact, there are some who believe that the darker your skin is, the less value you have in society. It's an issue that happens throughout the world, but today I will be discussing its effects on the Black American community. Colorism has had an effect on Black Americans for centuries and is still an issue that they face today. You may be wondering to yourself, when did these ideas of an inferior skin tone begin to influence Black people? To figure out where it all began, we have to look back into the past during slavery. Slave owners would often make slaves who had lighter skin work in less harsh environments, like in the house, because they saw them as more humane since they looked closer to them compared to their darker skinned counterparts. Thomas Thomas J. Davis explains how Black people during that time would often benefit from looking white and the challenges they would face based on their physical appearance in his paper, Identity in Passing, Racing and Erasing in American and African American History. He mentions various true stories, including how Ellen and William Craft became freed slaves by having Ellen, who was a white passing Black woman, disguised as a young white man traveling with his Black manservant on a train and boat ride from the slave state of Georgia to freedom in Pennsylvania. Black people with lighter skin have realized throughout the centuries that their appearance could be used to their advantage and get them better opportunities in life. Despite this, there are some instances when having a lighter complexion can have a downside. For Black men, their masculinity is challenged based on their skin tone. Taylor J. Matthews and Glenn S. Johnson shine a light on this in their piece, Skin Complexion in the 21st Century, the Impact of Colorism on African American Women. Discussing women's preferred preferences, they quote that Black women prefer their partners to have darker complexions because darker tones are more likely to be associated with the macho male critique. And these tones are often regarded as more dominant. There is a perceived notion that people with lighter complexions are more delicate and daintier, and because of this, a lot of people attribute lightness to femininity. Those who have internalized colorist ideas may believe that light-skinned men are too emotional to be considered attractive. For Black women, however, these ideas of attractiveness are completely opposite to Black men and are argued to be worse. Darker-skinned Black women are often seen as too masculine and not attractive. Jennifer Ann Wilder's Color Names and Color Notions, a contemporary explanation of the language and attributes of skin color among young Black women, discusses this in her findings on the nicknames people often associate with light, brown, and dark skin. She quotes, "A Black woman's level of attractiveness corresponds to where she falls within the beauty queue." The internalization of light-skinned women as the most beautiful Black women has pervaded virtually every literary, theoretical, and empirical body of work on colorism. This is to say that the beauty standard usually caters to white women, and because light-skinned women have closer features to white women compared to dark-skinned women, they have more value in the public's eye. Not only that, but the media will often either promote dark-skinned women in a negative light or not promote them at all. Colorism makes one thing clear: the effects of it can be either beneficial or detrimental. Because of society, there are some who are judged and expected to act a certain way, and some who strive to align with your eccentric features because they believe it's the only way to be considered beautiful. As a Black woman, I have seen in person what harmful stereotypes formed from colorism can do to a person. And I believe no one should think this way, for beauty is skin deep. And so, I ask everyone who is seeing this to look at their self and know that you are beautiful. Know that no matter what the standard may tell you, you are gorgeous in your own special way. Thank you.